We're here in the darkened control room of Studio A at Scottsdale Community College, where students get hands-on experience with graphics, switcher, audio control. This is where the director resides with earphones to give instructions to the floor director, which is in this studio. This is Studio A, where the magic happens. Here it's lights, camera, action for the show called Saguaro Spotlight, where interviews are conducted with filmmakers, authors, singers, and other performers. We also have 3 TV studio production cameras. Each student gets assigned a camera and learns how to operate it properly so that they might get a high-paying job in the TV industry. All of this happens at Scottsdale Community College and the Scottsdale School of Film and Theater. Hello and welcome to Saguaro Spotlight. I'm your host, Deanne Kincaid. Today's guest is Lana Antropova. Welcome to the show, Lana.
Thank you.
Lana is a filmmaker, and the film that we're going to screen today is called Baptism by Fire. Tell me first, what class was this done for here at the Scottsdale School of Film and Theater?
This one was cinematography class, which is also called TCM 118.
Mm-hmm. And what kind of camera did you use to film this?
This one we were allowed to use digital camera, which was a very good camera called Blackmagic Ursa.
So you had sound on that.
We had sound, yes. We recorded background sound, but for the film we didn't use any sound, we just used music.
Because I know here at the film school when they film with 16mm film, it's no sound and they have to put in the sound in post. So you had the sound, but you didn't need it for this. You didn't use it.
Yeah, the way I wrote it, that piece, we didn't really need anything.
So what was your inspiration for Baptism by Fire?
This is the opening scene for my feature film that I'm shooting right now, and I'm like 85% done. So I hope to finish this year, finish filming and finish editing. So this is a story of Russian mystic Elena Blavatsky, or Madame Blavatsky, how she's also called. So I kind of thought it would be interesting opening segment to introduce people to the film, to the story, and to the concept of, kind of little girl accidentally, we will see what she does. But
yes, let's not give anything away. First of all, I will say that this is a setting in 19th century Russia, which is very interesting because there's not many films at the film school set in 19th century Russia. So let's let our viewers take a look at it, and then we'll talk more about it afterwards.
Okay.
So let's roll Baptism by Fire by Lana Antropova.
Господу помолимся.
Господи, помилуй.
Слыши мире и спасении душ наших, Господу
Господи, помилуй.
Всего мира, благостояние святых Божьих церквей и соединений всех,
Господи, помилуй.
И с верою, благоговением и страхом Божиим, входящих вонь, Господу помолимся.
Господи, помилуй.
Господине и Отце нашем, святейшем Патриархе Кирилле, честне пресвитерстве во Христе диаконстве, о всем причастии.
Господи, помилуй.
Стране нашей, властях и воинстве я, Господу помолимся.
Господи,
всяком граде, стране и верующих. Благорастворении воздухов, о изобилии плодов земных и временях мирных, Господу помолимся. Господи,
Welcome back to Saguaro Spotlight. I'm here with Lana Antropova, who created the film you just saw. Lana, I have so many questions. The lighting, the subtle, semi-dark candlelight, how much of a challenge was that to get your settings correct for the lighting?
Well, it kind of all came together. We used two dimmable lights as the key light and the fill light. And the backlight, we kind of wanted to do a three-point lighting. The backlight, we had this big candle, the chandelier, so it just happened to be that it was very good for backlighting, and it gave that kind of mystical light over there, all over the set.
It was terrific, because I know it's not easy to film in low light, with candlelight especially. It looked very realistic. In fact, the setting looked very realistic. Did you do that in a church somewhere, or?
No, I did it in my garage.
What? You built a Russian church in your garage?
Yes.
Well, it looked very realistic. And tell me about the casting. I mean, who did you cast? And you had from babies to grandpas in that, and little girl, and all the characters. Who played those parts?
Well, I am into acting myself, so I have a lot of friends in acting community here. So many people were somebody I knew, or the children of people I knew, local actors, and then the priest I was looking for a while. And then I went to see my sister-in-law. She has a band, so I went to see her play, and then I saw her bass player, and I thought, he's perfect.
Those bass players get around.
I know, he's a priest.
He's a Russian priest.
Yes.
And the costuming was very realistic. How did you achieve all the costuming there?
For the priest's robe, I did my research, and I was trying to find out where those robes are made in Russia. So I found a place that's sewing priests, the priesthood robes. I called them, and they made one for me, and then they delivered it to my mom's work. And my mom, when she was flying here to visit me, she brought it.
It's amazing what you can find online, huh?
Yes.
Now, I meant to ask you, with working with friends, how did that challenge you as the director? Were they good actors, or did you have to coach them a little?
Well, people who were actors, they did awesome. They did great. Daryl, who played priest, he didn't act. He is comfortable on stage, but he's a musician, so he didn't get used to being in front of the camera. So it took him some time to adjust. He didn't feel too comfortable. In the end, he did a great job. But initially, he wouldn't wait until I say cut, and he would just look in the camera looking for my approval, kind of like, which was like, you know, he feels like, look in the camera, checking if he did okay. So we would have to do another take and another take until he learned to stay in character until I say cut.
Because if they look at the camera, it spoils the shot,
Yes.
right? That's too bad. Now, also, I understand that you were influenced by a philosopher by the name of Madame Helena Blavatsky. Tell us a little bit about her.
Okay, well, Helena Blavatsky, or in Russia we call her Yelena Blavatsky, or Madame Blavatsky, how people called her around the world. She was a very controversial figure. She was a writer and philosopher. Some people thought she is a guru and a messiah of a new religion called Theosophy, and some people thought she was a charlatan and a fraud and were trying to discredit her. So it was very interesting for me to learn about her and to read her books.
And who were some of her followers?
Her followers were starting with Thomas Edison, and including Elvis Presley and Shirley MacLaine and Jane Goodall and painter Mondrian and even Mohandas Gandhi.
Oh, that's a very diverse group.
Yes.
Now, my understanding is, when we talked before, was that her philosophy was that the original message of Christianity was being contorted by the priest for their own personal benefit. Is that going to play a role in your film?
Yes, it is. That's how I kind of wanted to introduce one little girl, which is Yelena Blavatsky in childhood accidentally sets priest on fire. So basically she sets the church on fire. I kind of tried to convey that message. Yes, by creating, first of all, she was trying to say that all religions came from one ancient wisdom, and there is no reason for people to fight over religious differences because it all originated in one place. If we only knew about it, you know, it could be end of the discussion about religious differences, sort of.
So the symbolism of her setting the priest robe on fire has a great meaning for your total film.
Yes.
In fact, tell us how they achieved that. It looked so real. It looked like his little robe was really on fire.
Well, we only had one robe, so we couldn't keep burning it in several takes.
Makes
Plus, we
sense.
had a lot of cables and equipment around, so we couldn't start fire also on the set. So we did it all in post, and my wonderful editor and partner, he was also in my class, Sando, his full name is Hubert Famo Sando. He's from Indonesia. He was studying here to be an editor, so he did it all in After Effects.
Wow.
So I
And
think he did a good job.
How about the water splash? How did you achieve that?
The water splash we had to film later because we cannot splash water on camera because it would ruin the camera, or there was electricity around and cables and stuff. So we built a tent around camera later and just splashed water and then put it later.
A tent of glass or plastic? A tent of what? How did you construct a tent?
We put glass in front of the camera so we could splash water on it and taped plastic around it.
To protect the camera.
protect the
because
camera.
the camera belongs to the school, right?
Well, yeah.
So, well, now I also understand that you won an award with this film, the best drama. Tell us about that.
It was a wonderful contest, Artists of Promise. I was very proud and very happy that I won first place in best drama category.
Well, congratulations on that. Now, as you move forward in filming the feature, I understand you're going to play Madame Blavatsky. You are the main actress. Is it going to
Yes.
be difficult to direct yourself?
It is. It's difficult, so I prefer directing other people. So sometimes I use the help of my acting teacher,
So
Dwayne Daniels. So he comes over when I have to be in the frame, when I have to act and direct. He comes over and he helps me out.
And when do you think this will be finished?
We are almost 85% done, I think, done shooting. So I hope we will be able to release it next year, the film.
Okay, so in 2019,
Yes.
maybe we'll see it on Saguaro Spotlight.
I hope so.
Well, congratulations on that, and best of luck to you in the future in completing that project. I want to thank our guest, Lana
Thank you.
Antropova, for coming on the show today. I'm your host, Deanne Kincaid. I hope you've enjoyed the show. Thank you for watching Saguaro Spotlight.